Well, this guy scored a D minus. I think with this guy, the best advice I can give you is walk away. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's likely to go far in his career, but the road won't be smooth for him or for the people around him. He's relentless and pushes himself hard, so he usually gets results and doesn't let setbacks slow him down. People may respect his achievements, but they might not like working with him.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's not the type to sit quietly or get lost in sadness. Instead, he reacts quickly, sometimes with anger or loud words, blaming others or the situation. Instead of calmly solving problems, he could make the atmosphere tense around him.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work might respect his skills and how hard he works, but most won't like him much, and he'll often find himself in arguments. He's quick to push his own opinions, rarely holds back criticism, and can come across as rude or even harsh. So expect more respect for his work than warmth for his personality.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do well in your career, he is more likely to feel annoyed or threatened rather than proud. He likes being in control and on top. So your success might make him worry that his own spotlight is fading. Be ready for awkward moments where you might have to defend your wins instead of sharing joy.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he is very likely to resent it and may even act out. He might make cutting comments or try to remind you that his work is harder or more important. Be prepared for uncomfortable power struggles and less warmth.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He isn't very careful with money and tends to spend without much planning. You might notice him buying things quickly or making big decisions on the spot without thinking about saving or budgeting. So expect surprises in his spending and little interest in long term financial plans.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He's likely to pretend he's richer than he really is, spending money to show off or keep up appearances, even if it's risky. If there's a chance to impress someone, he won't hesitate to stretch his budget, sometimes ignoring the consequences. This can lead to trouble with unpaid bills or financial stress later on.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is not open handed or kind, either with money or his way of thinking. When it comes to helping others or sharing, he tends to hold back and may even seem selfish. If someone asks for support, he's more likely to say no or respond sharply rather than listen with understanding.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is likely to be secretive and try to control money matters. Instead of having open talks about finances or sharing decisions, he may keep things to himself, make choices without asking, or even hide purchases. If you question him, he might get defensive and snap back, making you feel guilty for asking.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to think that housework is only your job and may not offer much help around the house. If you try to ask for help or share tasks, he could brush you off or even get annoyed. You might end up feeling frustrated or unsupported, especially if you're juggling your own job and family duties.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is more likely to stand back and supervise rather than actually help with chores and diapers. You might hear him give directions or criticize how things are done, but when it comes to rolling up his sleeves and doing the work, he'll mostly leave it to you. If you ask for real help, he might act put out or claim he's too busy.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is much more likely to argue just to prove he's right, rather than trying to understand your side. When you share your feelings or opinions, he won't listen patiently. He'll argue back quickly and push hard to win the discussion. You may end up feeling ignored and worn out by constant confrontations instead of finding real understanding.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he is likely to say hurtful things or act in an aggressive way. He may raise his voice, use harsh words, or even throw things in frustration. His temper can be loud and sudden, and you might worry about how far things will go.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly, often over small issues. His temper can flare up without warning, and he isn't afraid to show his frustration loudly. Please pay attention to this warning sign. Your emotional and physical safety should always come first.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He is likely to blame you instead of saying sorry and taking responsibility. If something goes wrong, he usually points fingers or finds faults in your actions rather than admitting his own mistakes. This can make it hard to grow together and fix issues as a team.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is not likely to respect your boundaries and may struggle to understand that no truly means no. If you say no to something big or small, he could push back, argue, or try to change your mind rather than accept your decision without fuss. This can make you feel unheard or pressured, especially in situations that matter most to you. Your comfort, safety, and wishes should always be taken seriously. You deserve nothing less.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is the kind of man who takes it personally when you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding and giving you space, he might get upset, make sharp comments, or even sulk. This attitude is unhealthy and can strain your emotional well being over time.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You may find it hard to trust him to handle private moments with care. If things go badly between you, he might use what happened in private to make sharp remarks or embarrass you rather than keep your secret safe. This behavior is hurtful and unfair.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be easily distracted by other women and may not always stay loyal in the relationship. His need for excitement and attention means he might flirt or look elsewhere if he gets bored or feels restless. Staying faithful requires patience, caring, and respect, which don't come easily to him.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is likely to be overpossessive acting jealous, controlling, and often suspicious of what you do. He might check where you're going, question who you talk to, or even get angry if you spend time with friends or family. This can make you feel trapped and worried about upsetting him with simple choices.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, for him, being protective is mostly a sign of a controlling personality, not caring or gentle support. He may say he wants to take care of you, but in reality, he wants to decide what you do, who you meet, and how you live. A good partner helps you feel safe without taking away your freedom.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. He's unlikely to share the load fairly or see raising kids as something you tackle together. If you want true partnership and support in childcare, you may feel alone and overwhelmed.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper quickly instead of staying calm. He may yell, scold sharply, or use harsh words, making the situation feel even worse for the children. Your kids need kindness and someone who guides them gently, not someone who blows up in tough moments.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is not very likely to support your role as both a mother and your own person. He may expect you to put family and household needs first, leaving little space for your own dreams, hobbies, or career. You deserve support for all parts of who you are, not just the roles he chooses for you.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might support your career at first, but is likely to ask you to quit once a child comes. His priorities often shift to what works best for him and the household, and he may expect you to step away from your job and focus only on family duties. If you push back, he might argue, make you feel guilty, or insist that being at home is your real responsibility.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to act polite on the surface rather than show real warmth to your parents. He may greet them and behave properly when required, but true kindness, patience, or interest in building a close relationship will probably be missing. If you want your partner to respect and value your parents with heart, his behavior may fall short. He will expect your family to change for him rather than trying to adjust himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse than handle it calmly. His temper can flare up quickly in tense moments, and instead of trying to settle things quietly, he might confront your family, say harsh words, or even pick fights. Small problems can easily turn into big arguments, leaving everyone upset.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he's the kind of man who may seem modern and relaxed when you're alone, but expects you to act like a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. You might experience freedom and respect at home, but at family events or gatherings, he could ask you to dress a certain way, speak less, or follow rules and customs that matter to his side. If you don't, he may criticize, feel embarrassed, or pressure you to fit in with old expectations.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is likely to stay out of it or even side with his family instead of supporting you. He may avoid conflict by letting you handle problems alone. And if things get heated, he could back up their views rather than defend your feelings. This can be painful, especially when you need a partner's support most.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is likely a mummy's boy and will rarely, if ever, choose your side in a conflict with his mother. When you disagree with her, he may avoid getting involved or support her to keep peace at home, even if it hurts your feelings. You might end up feeling sidelined or less important, especially in big decisions or family matters.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share every detail of your fights and private life with his mother or sister. This means that your personal issues will not stay between the two of you. His family will know about your arguments, troubles, and even small misunderstandings. Your sense of privacy and trust can get damaged, making it harder to build a strong partnership.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, all in all, not looking that great. This guy scores a D minus. As I mentioned at the start, I think with such guys, the best way is to walk away. Being in a relationship with this man, day in and day out, can feel tiring and emotionally draining. You'll likely face frequent arguments, harsh words, and a sense of walking on eggshells to avoid his temper.